Welcome to a story where all hell breaks loose, and one man guards and saves Los Angeles, and all of America from the demons beyond. Everything begins when John Constantine awakes from a dream of whispers from around the world. He is exhausted after his stressful nap. Suddenly, he finds himself in his apartment surrounded by miniature trench-cloak projections of his inner demons. John thinks he is still asleep, but realizes it's the reality when they attack John, and they bite him painfully. John uses magic to absorb the demons back into his subconscious. Soon after, John is visited by his old friend, Chandler, whom he has not seen in a decade. They go down to the pub to have a little catch-up time. With his wife separating from him, and his 8-year-old daughter going into a mysterious coma, Chandler's life has been chaos. Chaz asks John to help his daughter Trish, who has fallen into a coma, which Chaz suspects to be the result of dark magic. They drive down to the London hospital to see his daughter. John uses magic on Trish and discovers that her aura is tainted. Soon as he taps into her soul, Trish takes a devilish form, and thousands of fireflies fly out of her mouth and illuminate the room. John pops out of the room and tells Chaz and his wife that he will be calling upon a specialist, much to the resistance of the parents. Suddenly, the whole hospital turns into a dark place, and time stops for everyone else. Chaz and his wife bangs on the room door shouting at John. John Constantine summons Asa, the Nightmare Nurse, to help pinpoint a diagnosis.
Your timing sucks, Johnny.
But Asa cannot find Trish's soul. Asa then decides to dive into Trish's remnant soul, to drive out whoever possesses the body. Trish is briefly able to communicate through Asa, before a demonic entity takes over and gives John an address, burnt onto the glass window of the room. Life resumes normally at the hospital. As John and Chaz travel to Los Angeles to get Trish's soul back, John gets his flashback dreams, whispers from around the world again while falling asleep on the plane. Although Chaz brags about being tough, he feels shaky even to travel on the airplane. John says it's not going to be easy to defeat whatever awaits them at Los Angeles, but Chaz is confident that John will save his family. Meanwhile, Asa and Chaz's wife Renee stay with Trish. Renee is confused regarding the protection field Asa has put on Trish. Asa magically compels Renee to tell the story of Newcastle, that John will not talk about. Renee reveals that John and Chaz had been best friends since they were kids, and even formed a band together as young adults. The teenage friends from Liverpool had only one thing in their mind: fame and fortune. Soon enough, John and Chaz were playing for various clubs, nightclubs and hotels. It all went downhill when they started their performances at the nightclub in Newcastle. When they found out that their mentor, Alex Logue, was using his daughter Astra to enact a dark spell below his Newcastle nightclub, John, having practiced occultism since he was a boy, attempted to save Astra by conjuring a real demon. Unfortunately, being an amateur to the field of dark arts, John forgot to put a binding spell on the demon. The demon Nurgle killed Alex and his followers, but also slaughtered the clubgoers as the night took a dark turn. The demon took Astra with him to hell, after putting dark spells on both John and Chaz. His trauma regarding the incident even leads him to be committed to a psychiatric institute. However, after telling the story to Asa, Renee does not remember sharing this information with Asa. John has a dream of the worldwide whispers again, and suspects that someone is messing with his mind. Chaz drives them to the address, and they are greeted at a mansion by an anthropomorphic pig butler. Inside the mansion, they are told to await Master Beroul by the butler. While waiting, Chaz steps on a dead mouse, and John secretly tries to sneak inside the old mansion to have a look around. Much to the dismay of Chaz entering through a door to an indoor pool area, John stumbles upon a pool of decaying corpses, before the monstrous demon Beroul presents himself. The demon reveals that his soul-snatching scheme was just a ploy to enlist John's services. Beroul reveals that he intends to create his own branch of hell, as a franchise business, but needs John to eliminate his demon competitors. On the way back, John and Chaz argue about the command given by Beroul. Soon John realizes they are being hunted by a pack of demonic dogs. Somehow John summons his inner demons, and fights the demonic dogs. They are saved by an apparently possessed driver. John meets with Beroul again, who reveals himself to be Nurgle, and that he is behind the plague of coma victims. The demon forces John to aid him by showing that he has Trish's soul trapped inside his body. Afterwards, at an old pub, John meets Angela, the collective consciousness of Los Angeles, who had been following John ever since he arrived, by possessing various people, including the driver that rescued him. Angela approaches John in a strange manner, and forces herself onto him. While having intercourse with him, she admits that she unleashed his inner demons as a test, and tells him that she will not allow demons of despair to poison a city of hope. Returning to Chaz, John admits that he doesn't have the power to defeat Nurgle's enemies on his own. He then hatches a plan. He first entices the Aztec death god Mictlantecutli to attack the demons for him. He then lures the demons to an unconsecrated church, by promising to hand over Nurgle, traps them inside with holy water, and allows the god and demons to fight each other, then finishes off the victorious Aztec death god with a spell. Returning to the hospital, John summons Nurgle.
What do you want? And let's make this quick.
He attempts a bluff, cutting Nurgle off from his wards, harassing him with the inner Constantine demons, and opening all of the gates between Hell and Los Angeles, leaving Nurgle with 5,000 competitors to face instead of 5. Nurgle calls John's bluff, forcing him to use his fallback plan, the endeavour curse. Unleashing all of Trish's and Renee's love for Chaz, blasts the demon apart, since Trish's soul is locked inside him. This frees the girl, saves the coma victims, and destroys the demon. But later, at a diner, John reveals to Chaz that love was the sacrifice that powered the curse. Trish and Renee will never again remember Chaz, and, further, Chaz will not remember John. No one remember anyone, apart from the caster of the spell, according to the endeavour curse. Angela appears in the form of an old man, thanks John, and promises to take care of Chaz. John heads off to return to London, with one surviving inner demon to keep him company.
Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, subscribe, and share for more videos.